Hey friends, it's Lisa. Welcome and thank you for watching another one of my videos. So today is a little bit different. I am shooting on my cell phone right now and I'm in my living room. Milo is at my feet snoring. I can't get to my camera right now because my partner is Twitch streaming. And so I don't want to interrupt his stream. But I also wanted to make this video before I lose the motivation. So let me quickly show you Milo. Here he is on one of his gigantic beds from Costco, and he is just sleeping and loving life. So anyway, I wanted to come on here to talk about my highs and lows for week 2 of 2021. So I have seen on Twitter, and if I can find the tweet, I will insert it, but if not, that basically said that, wait, I want to get this right. 2021 is basically 3 2020s in a trench coat. So if you know where that's coming from, there was a movie that was playing in the theater a couple years ago, and somebody decided that them and their two friends would wear a trench coat like that cartoon and try to get in for the price of one. I forget exactly which movie that was. I've also heard that 2021 is 2020 with bangs. So, I mean, I got bangs. I think I got bangs in 2020 though. It's been that long already. So basically, I feel pretty fortunate. This week, I haven't really had any true lows. I did have to return one of my Christmas gifts. So my dad had purchased me a gimbal for my cell phone so that I could film and it would be steady, so instead if I was walking, even right now, like I'm holding it with my hand, so you might see a little shake, but the gimbal was supposed to alleviate that. Unfortunately for me, I went to set it up and it just wasn't working at all. And then I put it down, and then my partner, who's much more tech savvy than I am, tried to play around with it and it wasn't working for him either. And so we determined that it wasn't really worth the frustration of trying to set it up. And my dad went ahead and initiated the return on Amazon, and yesterday returned it to Kohl's. I had to switch hands here because my arm is falling asleep, so sorry. So the bad thing is, I mean, it's not really bad, but it actually took me probably like 30 to 40 minutes to get the gimbal and all the components that came in the box back into the box. I struggled so hard. I don't remember how it was when I first opened it, and it was so easy like Sunday morning, but it was pretty difficult and it took me quite a while to stuff everything back in the box, but I finally got it in and they accepted it at Kohl's yesterday and it is going back to Amazon. So my week has been pretty calm. I will say some of the highlights. Now this might be too TMI if you're a man, but some highlights is that I bought new bras. So I measured myself and I figured out that I was wearing completely the wrong size bras, and I ordered bras from Torrid. They came in this week. They were awesome. I feel women, or anybody who wears bras, you don't have to be a woman, but if you wear a bra, you understand how horrible it is when you have one that doesn't fit, and then you like notice the difference when you're wearing one that does. So that was the highlight of my life this week. Another highlight of my week I actually just had today. I'm just looking at my dog. I actually just met my best friend for brunch, which was totally, well, I mean, we sat across from each other at the table, but other than that, we wore masks other than when we were eating. But, so it was really great to see my friend in person. The food was really good. I don't know if, so we went to the Turning Point. I don't know if they're a national chain, but I know that they have locations in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So I'm thinking that they might be national, but they were really good. And what was really cool is how you pay when you're finished. So the server left the receipt on the table, and we could have paid the server directly, but it also said if we wanted to pay on our phones, we could pay on our phones. And basically there was a QR code, you scan it, and it took you to this website, and it was QR code generated just for your table. So it had our bill come right up, and then it gave you the option, 3 options, which I thought was so cool. So basically you could choose to pay for one of 2. So basically split the bill. You could pay a certain dollar amount of the total bill. So you would insert the dollar amount that you were responsible for. Or the third option was that you could click the menu and pay only for whatever menu items you clicked. So I thought that was extremely awesome. We didn't have to, give our credit card or anything to the server. And the other thing that I really enjoyed is that besides credit card, they also accepted Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Venmo. Why aren't more restaurants doing this? Because that's so cool. Because I was like, well, I don't want to put it on my credit card if I can just pay through Venmo. Boom. Pay through Venmo, totally good. So I think that's really awesome. I know a few years ago when I went to Toronto, every restaurant I went to when I was in Toronto never touched my credit card. It was always, they would bring the machine to me, or there was some kind of transaction where I was in control of my cards. They never left my site. And for a while, I have been questioning, why don't we do this here in America? And I think COVID is really starting to push the industry, I hope, to more limitations of touching your credit card. So I really appreciated the turning point and the payment options they gave, and I thought that was a cool highlight besides seeing my best friend for brunch. And the last thing I want to just talk about is I actually started it on January 3rd, but it's taking me a little bit because I used to be an avid reader. I kind of stepped away from reading for fun just because I'm so tired all the time. But I started getting back into it this past week. But I am currently reading Dan Rather's book, What Unites Us. And I think so far I'm only like 2 or 3 chapters in. And I actually gifted my dad a physical copy for Christmas. And he's reading this book right now. And I'm reading the Kindle version. So not only is it a really great thought-provoking book, I really am enjoying the fact that my dad and I are both reading the same book at the same time, which can spur... My dad and I have conversations all the time about politics and history and things that make up our country. And so it's really cool that I'm reading it at the same time as my father. So that's my last highlight. That's my last highlight of the week. So my arm is getting extremely tired. I know I've been fidgeting this entire video because I don't have my tripod. I don't have my normal camera. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, if you found anything interesting, please think about giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing. Again, this is just something I'm trying new, where I just kind of come on for a few minutes each week and talk about the highs and lows. And I really need to go back to the gym because this is really starting to hurt. But anyway, guys, until next time, I hope you all stay well. Bye!